Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another reading. Today we have a viewer-submitted SCP reading. It's not a real SCP on the wiki, from what I know, but it's rather well written. The writer is Crash, or Kreza, or Timmy Roblos, depending on whichever he's going by that particular day. It's different from wherever he's on. You can find him on the Discord if you want to give him some direct feedback, and he might also be in the comments, so keep an eye out for him. Other than that, he is not a native English speaker by his own admission, though honestly, it is not that bad. So keep that in mind if you're going to give feedback, and also, anytime you do give feedback, make sure that, unless it's directed at me, in which case, do whatever you want, try to keep it polite, cordial, and, if possible, be constructive with the criticism. We don't need something saying it's bad. If you can point out why it's bad and how to improve it, then that's welcome. But without further ado, let's begin. By order of the Overseer Council, this file is subject to Level 5 classification. Level 5 clearance is required. Please input security credentials. Security clearance adequate. Accessing file. Item number 28700. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-28700 is located in a forest in Russia and is contained by metal perimeter fence and concertina wire. Access to SCP-28700 requires a Level 5 clearance and authorized permission from Hive personnel. A minimum of 5 MTF units must be stationed at the containment site at all times. Description: SCP-28700 appears as a medium-sized cabin that is tilted and crooked. It was discovered by a Russian soldier during World War I and was used as a shelter for Russian soldiers. The majority of the soldiers, estimated to be 28 of the 30, were found to have their internal organs splattered onto the back wall of the cabin, forming a crescent moon shape from their own blood. Recovered organs include teeth, tongues, livers, kidneys, intestines, and 2 hearts. Interview log. The 2 soldiers that witnessed and escaped were questioned by
Data redacted.
noted that they were the only 2 awake at the time of the attack. Begin log. Doctor: Hello, Mr.
Data redacted.
and Mr.
Data redacted.
Please describe how it happened, and what it all looked like for our information. I will try to understand you two, as I know you two are Russian and may not be the most fluent in English. Soldier 1. It all just happened so quickly. We didn't have time to react. We left immediately. Doctor: All right, I think I understand. Is there anything else? Soldier 1. No. Soldier 2. I took a glimpse and saw a dark figure, but levitating in the middle of the room. I figured to leave with,
Data redacted.
as I was very scared and didn't want to stay alone. Doctor: Thank you for your information. We will use amnestics on you, if it is fine, in order to erase your memory. Testing results. Testing with D-Class personnel has been conducted, and no civilians have been used in testing. During one test, 7 Class D personnel were transported to SCP-28700 and spent the night in the cabin. 4 of the sleeping personnel and 2 of the awake personnel were killed by the entity, described as a 6-foot-tall humanoid that levitated in the middle of the room. The surviving Class D reported that the entity turned slowly, pointed its left arm at the sleeping personnel, causing the individual to lose their bones and become a clump of flesh. The entity then drags the body into the ground, causing some organs to be left behind. The entity repeats this process with the other personnel, including 2 that were awake. The bodies were then raised from the floor and used to outline a crescent moon drawing on the back wall of the cabin using the personnel's blood. A sketch of the entity was made by the surviving Class D. Note: further information regarding SCP-28700 can be obtained from the audio transcript and test results. Alright, and that is the end of the article. there are some additional things that they noted after I had gone through it, and that is that the 5 MTFs are required to be there because the entity has been reported to break out easily and can do so at any time. They also want to make sure nobody gets inside if they don't have permission, so nobody leaks government-type files. The SCP has escaped about 3 times already, and so far no one has broken in, but there are people who are attempting to. Let's see what else. The people inside tried to fight back against the entity who were awake, shot at it 10 times, but it didn't have a reaction to them shooting at them. And they were found by police later and questioned, and that was when the SCP were informed of the existence of the anomaly. But that's going to be where we ended today. Again, this was written by Timmy Roblos, otherwise known as the long list of things I said at the start. Let's see, what else was it? Kresh, Kreza, and Timmy Roblos. I believe YouTube it was Kresh, so look for that in the comments. And on Discord currently it is Timmy Roblos. But yeah, make sure to give him a thank you for writing this. Well, it certainly wasn't the most fine. I can't most fine English. Well, it wasn't necessarily the best written. I'm really just messing this up. I'm not going to re-record it. This is how it's going to stay. While it wasn't necessarily the best written for every single part of it, it definitely was something that, if touched up on a little bit more, I could 100% see existing in the NCP universe. But yeah, so give him some feedback. Remember, keep it cordial. Keep it actually constructive. Don't just say it bad if you think it's not great. Tell him what you think isn't great and how he could improve it. But without further ado, that's where we're going to wrap it up today. Thank you for coming, everyone, and who knows, maybe we'll come back with this one in the future if he decides to rewrite it, or maybe someone else will turn something in. No matter the case, it's been very fun reading it for you, and thank you very much for coming. Have a good day out there, everyone.